Smash Factor.
Ripping driver, going for it. Oh my goodness. How about that tee shot?
That is crazy how far that is.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
That's an aggressive line. That is beyond long.
Look at this, he's just driven the green. He has just driven the green.
I guess hello world, huh?
Welcome everybody to the Smash Factor Week 36 on the PGA 2021-2022 Tour. A little bit different this week. We got a co-sanctioned event with the PGA and the DP World Tour. These were set back at the new schedule release way back when. So you get X amount of guys that get to play in this, and it counts like, so if you're, I think it's still a Rolex or whatever it is on the DP Tour, can count for that, and it can count for the FedEx. Obviously, the PGA, the one we pay the most attention to, you can play in this, and now it counts towards your FedEx Cup points, all that kind of stuff. So a little bit strong, well, probably a lot stronger field than we've seen here before. You got the Pro-Am going on today. Then you got the Genesis Scottish Open, and then next week, the Open. So a lot of stuff going on. Great weekend. It is a semi-late afternoon, early evening on July 4th. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Going to get this out. Should be a normal podcast. Just want to get it out tonight, and then tomorrow, deep dive. We got a lot. When you have this kind of event, especially first time it's a part of the PGA Tour, so you got a lot of guys you got to research on, see how they've done here. This is the fourth year that it's been at this course, so we have some history there. Definitely have to deep dive into some of the Euro guys or DP Tour guys, whatever you want to call it. You got the Pro-Am going today. Tiger teed it up. Xander shoots a little 8 under. It's a 2-day Pro-Am, kind of a big deal. They brought some heavy hitters there. Xander's there. Fowler. Ricky shoots a little 67. Brooks is there. Still, I think I saw just as I was coming on to this that Poulter had won his case to play in the Scottish Open this week. I don't know if that means everybody, nobody. Probably something we have to pay attention to, because I don't know if Brooks, DJ, who are all here at the Pro-Am, are planning on playing this week, and they're just seeing how things turn out with the legality part, or they're just playing the Pro-Am. They're just going to practice or whatever and get ready for the Open. Don't know. Certainly something we'll keep our eye on as we get towards the next, I say 48 hours, but probably about 48 hours. I think this thing should lock. DraftKings hadn't updated their time yet, but it should lock. It's about 5 hours. So let's say 8, probably about 3 in the morning, East Coast time, 2 in the morning, my time. So Thursday morning, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Obviously, most of us will lock everything in, do what they got to do. Some will just stay up. We'll see how that rolls. I have a busy real work week this week, so I'll be traveling tomorrow, and then Wednesday, everything will be normal for me. But Wednesday, little man has his third match. He did great last week on his second match, got the W. But busy week this week, but it'll be fun. I enjoy watching that overnight. Little lack of sleep this week, but we'll take it. Catch up a little bit over the weekend, and we head into the Open, which is, I don't know if it's my favorite major, but it's definitely because of the uniqueness for us being, me American over here, like that late overnight type stuff is always a good thing. A little switch up, change, watch. Normally we have the weather, all that kind of stuff with the British Open too, or the Open they call it, that I enjoy too. Strong field this week. Looking forward to it. Let's recap last week, then we'll power through the Scottish Open thoughts. DFS, man, same week as we had like the last 2 or 3. 2 guys, the -2 guys that I lost was brutal. I had a lot of Glover. I had a lot of Scott Brown. They missed a cut on the number. Seifert as well. So those 3 missing at -2 was massive to me, because the rest of my pool was solid. Now, I say that, because I'm going to have to stake another JT Poston or another $200 single entry ticket next week at the Open, because I didn't think JT Poston would win this thing. Kind of like I didn't think Billy Horschel would win the Memorial. I eat crow there. I own it. He did his thing. No one could catch him. Dude just hit fairways and greens all week long. I think he missed like 6 greens or 7 greens all week long. So impressive, no doubt about it. I didn't have him, so I don't think I would have been in the run for much money, because he was actually a lot higher on than I thought he would be. Kind of identical to Nick Hardy. I had him at like 16%. He winds up being the highest owned on the slate. No way I play him if I think he's going to be highest owned. So very strange week, but we kind of thought that with the way the field was, lack of content, lack of coverage, trying to guess things was definitely a little bit different, but don't think I'd have won big money even. But if Glover and Brown and Seifert all make the cut, I probably have been right there, because I had a great core. Everything else was good. And the way the community hit, I mean, they smashed. Champ was -2 through 1, and he, all he's got to do is shoot 1 under on Friday, and he makes it. I was pretty heavy on him compared to the field. He didn't get it done, so that was another big hit. Betting wise, I'll get all that updated like I do normally for either deep dive or final thoughts. But got her up T20, we crushed that. Didn't get the winner, of course. Obviously, didn't have Poston, wasn't even near where I was going to be, but matchups and all that stuff, I'll get that recalculated. I feel like it wasn't a good week, but most of the time when I feel like that and I go back and recap the matchups, I actually did well. We'll see. But the got her up T20 kind of gets us a little money. We move on. Shout outs, big shout outs this week. Scotty man, he was sweating some big stuff Sunday. Monster week. He turned about $400. I was looking at his screenshots into 12,000. He did the 153 max, and all 3 of his lineups, I think, were in the top 25. So big shout out to him. Jim B, 427 quote, threw a bullet in late. I turned $10 into $300. Plus, he got second in the Carbon Cup. Tremendous week for him. Gore 49er. He's going to be down in our listener league winner. Had a huge week. I think he had about $100 in DK, won 2K. Plus, he had a great betting week. OG John's I need to call him Wednesday and be like, hey, who we on this week? Because he's just crushing right now. Rinse and repeat week for him. I don't exactly know how much he put in, but he had a big week as well. He's doing really good. OG John's just killing some golf right now. Promos right now. British gets you 30% off any package. Includes a 7-day risk-free trial. So sign up now. You get this whole week free. We roll into the Open. Then we roll into, we got the FedEx Cup, NFL, college football. We're ready to go. Don't get charged in the first 7 days. So try it out now. Good week to try it out. We got a lot going on. We got, obviously, the Genesis Scottish Open. We got the alternate event for the PGA. I'll probably put out at least basic rankings for that and such. I did live showdown articles, which that's all they're doing right now. Last week, I took second on Friday, made 5,500 that day. So, I can't commit to that yet because I want to kind of see how the schedule looks out, and it just depends on how that works. Versus my first and foremost is going to be PGA and everything we're doing there. I'd like to because it's showdown, and I've always done well there. And I'd like to watch a lot of it, and because it's so action packed in that 4 hours or so, I want to commit to it. We'll see how the next few. This was on the West Coast, so we could actually get up that morning. I put the articles out the morning of, because you still had like 6 hours before they teed off. So I do like that aspect of it. And I think because we have a lack of stats right now, that the ability to watch it all and, take notes and all that kind of stuff, which is something I like to do, is big for me. Justin Harding, I think Thursday, he tripled a hole, which I saw. I was watching it. And so his score didn't look real well, but he actually played well and had a lot of birdies. So we played him Friday. He was in my big lineup that took second. So those kind of things I do like taking advantage of. I did it in the Outlaw Tour. We'll kind of look that over and see how that goes. Rate and reviews on iTunes. Next week, I'll be doing big giveaways. I do it for every major. So get in now if you haven't done that. Subscribe on YouTube. Like this video. again, those are the two ways, free and easy to get into the big giveaways. I'll do them on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday because it starts so early, but probably Wednesday. I'll just do it out early. Leave a comment in this video and tell me who you want to play in the 9K and up range. So I think there is 11 guys, 9K and up. Who is your favorite play in that range this week? That'll get you into the drawing. I got all the other drawings or all the other comments saved. We'll have a few this week, few next week. Plenty of times to get into it. Listener League, probably be out tomorrow. Obviously, 4th of July, DK was not open. Let's fill that up. We want a big final major of the year. So let's get that filled up. I'll put that out in the pod tomorrow, but I'll tweet it on Twitter. Go to @Gups Corner. It'll be on there as soon as DK releases it. Like I mentioned, Gore 49er, 674.5, a tremendous lineup. He had CH3, Bez, Stallings, Poston, Yeager, and Goddard up. Just an absolute smash lineup. If he played that all over the place, he killed this week. Great job, Gore. Love seeing your sweat. He was talking about it in the GC Warrior Room Slack channel as well. Love seeing that. Course preview. Let's roll into this week. The Scottish Open, Genesis Scottish Open, Renaissance Club in North Berwick. It's technically in London. It isn't. It's about 20 miles east of Edinburgh, Scotland. 4 par 5s, 5 par 3s, so a little bit different mix up there. Newer course for the area. Tom Doak, who we're familiar with, did the design. I think it was 2008 or 9 when he finished it. Length is definitely, when you look at the 3 years, like all the research I did today, if you're looking at driving distance is way more relevant than accuracy. Could it change? Sure, but that's kind of where I'm going with it. Good iron play around the green, tons of bunkers. Obviously, we're used to that over there. They are big greens. They're slow, a little bit on the slower side, and a lot of undulation. Winds will really dictate how it goes this week. Here's a quote from Doak. The windier and firmer it is, the more ball striking plays a premium. If it's soft, it becomes more of a putting contest, and that's not what we want the best players to see. So it really, the year I think Aaron Rye won, a little bit more windy, but really wasn't still firm. He believes that this course has not played the toughest it can play. Unfortunately, the wind looks there this week, but they've had a pretty decent amount of rain over the last 6 weeks. I think it probably plays a little bit in the middle of what we've seen the first 3 years. So we've seen a 22 under, 11 under, and 18 under. Probably like a 16, maybe gets to that 18. I don't think we see 22. I do think the wind's going to be a little bit up there. And it's been a little bit soft, cooler temperatures, but I do think it's going to be more of a scoring type fest this week. I don't think we see the 11 under at all. Like I said, wind looks consistent, so I don't see a big advantage now. Obviously, with over there, anytime the Open, any of that, we want to wait till as late as we can. But right now, I say 10 to 20 mile an hour all 3 days, the first 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, a small chance of rain in the morning, a little bit different wind direction. But really, don't see much of an advantage right now. Cut, I'll probably -2, -3, somewhere in there. I think -1 to -3 is probably where I'm at. Winner, like I said, I'm going to go 17 to 19 under. I think we get right in that number. Stats I'm looking at: driving distance, stroking irons, opportunities inside 18 feet, birdie or better, par 5 DK scoring, and good approach. I don't have any of the new to the course since 2016. There's some guys that have played the last 3 years. This is obviously the strongest one because of the co-sanctioned event. Ranges, salary ranges: 10K we have 4, 9K we have 7, 8K we have 10, 7K we have 39, 6K you're gonna have 85 plus by the time they get qualifiers, and we've had some people withdraw, all that kind of stuff. Sweet 16 normal for me. I'm gonna give you 3 guys I like: a bubble boy, fade of the week, sleeper of the week, gut feel of the week, betting top 5 of the pop, and 2 long shots, brought to you by Prize Picks. And then we'll wrap it up, get out of here. We got a lot of content coming the next 2 days as we get ready for this tournament. Not only that, but the Open as well. 9K and above, I'm going to go Cantley. I do like him. 9,600. I kind of feel like the way the pricing is and where he's at, he's kind of going to get looked over a lot. So I think we'll get some leverage here. He doesn't feel sexy. He hasn't done much. He got a 13th at Travelers, 14th at the U.S. Open. So that sounds good, but I feel like the industry and all will be like off him. So I really like him at 9,600. I'll be there. JT, he's played well here the last 2 years. I think he has 2 top 10s, the 2 times he's played it. 10-6. My only concern will be the ownership type stuff because of where he's priced. But, man, he looks good. He's number 1 in my rankings all the way around. 37th at the U.S. Open. 3rd at the RBC. He's number 1 in stats. Number 9 on this putting type surface. Everything about it I like. So, one of those weeks where I think I'm just going to stay on him. I think he'll be popular, but I think I'll stay on him and try to get different elsewhere. Willie Z, lock and load for me, $9,300. I think he'll do well here. I think the one thing would be the putting. How does the slower, bigger deal? Because he tends to like fast greens, that kind of stuff. We didn't get to see much of him out of the Open because he withdrew. He had that injury type deal. So a little concern there, but not big. Cam Smith is the bubble boy. I like Cam Smith a lot, but I think a lot of people will at 9,100. So the reason why he's the bubble boy is ownership. If he winds up being the popular dude all day long, he's literally top 14 in 5 of the 6 stats I have, top 5 in 4 of the stats I have. But recent form is not as great as some of these other guys up here. I don't think people will really care about that this week. I think he'll be popular. We'll see. The only reason I hold off is the ownership type deal. AK range, Cam Young, I'll go back to him. The paper doesn't look as good. 48th at RBC, missed a cut at the U.S. Open. But don't forget he had, he battled back right there to, what'd he go? Birdie, hole-in-one, birdie, eagle. I mean, it was crazy what he finished. And he missed it by one shot because he got a quad. I'll go back there at 9,100 if nobody wants to be on, or 8,100, I'm sorry. 8,100 if nobody wants to be on him. Certainly not jumping off the ship there. Neiman, I think I'm going to go on him because he really doesn't look – recent form isn't great. 47th at the Open, miscut at the Travelers, but stats still look good. And I look at a very tight window there. All 6 stats, he's 22nd or better in all 6. Very consistent among the board. I like his ball flight if we do get some wind. $8,600 feels like a little cheap. I'll go to Neiman. Spieth, normally a popular guy. I don't know where people will go. Excuse me. I don't know where people will go with him. Mr. Cut the Travelers, 37th at the U.S. Open. The putting's been an issue. But stat-wise, recent form-wise, like he's all there. It's just can he put it all together? And I kind of feel like this is one of those courses that he can take advantage of what he needs to. And so is he like, he's $200 cheaper than Smith. So does Cam Smith get the ownership and Spieth left out? That's one of those things we'll have to balance over the next 2 days to kind of see. I lean Spieth right now. I have him in the core as we're talking about. And then the bubble boy for the AK range is Sung Jae, $8,700. I think he'll be popular, but he was super popular at the U.S. Open. We faded him. He was right there with Cam Young and those guys on the number. So do people just jump off, especially maybe not as much this week, but next week I'll be interested to see what happens, especially based on what he does this week. But because you get the public people in and all that kind of stuff. But stat-wise, I like it. I like everything about him. I just want to see, is he going to be owned or not this week? That's really him and Cam Smith, kind of same deal, right there in that range. I like a lot of the 8, 9. I like all the guys up there because we have so many unknowns down below. It's really about who do you want to lay your stake on, and he's just a bubble boy for me right now. It's not because he missed a cut because I faded that. It's more of how do people react to it. If he's going to be low owned, I'll throw him in the pool. If Cam Smith's going to be high owned, well, then we go Spieth, Sung Jae, and Fade Smith. We'll see how that rolls out in the next 36 hours or so. 7K range, Mito, going right back to him. And I hope everybody jumps off of him. Really hope this. Like he may be, I don't lock. I've only done it once or twice, but I love him this week. Miscut. He missed him on the number. We know that because I was heavy on him and I played him. All the 6 stats I'm looking at, he's 11th, 12th, 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 5th, 39th. So he just missed. If he makes those 2 cuts, say he finishes top 30 or whatever, people look at him totally different. I'll be on him. $7,700 feels like a great price. I'm not moving off it at all. I hope he doesn't get popular. We'll see how that turns out. Next up, $7,200. Haotong Li really turned around his game a little bit. I pulled him up. Obviously, some of these guys we got to look at the old OWGR. Let's see. I know he was like almost 500 in the world to start the year. So at the end of 2021, when he finished his season, and now he's 134th. But he's had a good, decent start, for this price, 7,200. His tournaments this year, he's got 12th, miscut, 32nd, 3rd, 33rd, miscut 6th, 26th, miscut 37th, 18th, 1st. So playing a lot better like the guy we saw a few years ago when he was, making all the WGCs and stuff like that. $7,200. I'm in on that. I'll play that. I don't mind that at all. Munoz is my third guy, $7,500. Guy can get hot with the birdie machine. Coming in great recent form. 14th at the Open, 25th at the RBC. I don't worry about him having to get to a 15, 16 type number, but at $7,500, I just need a top 30 and higher upside, right? And his game all the way around is pretty consistent right now. And so I don't mind going back to that. I'll have some Munoz this week. Don't mind him at all. Bubble boy for me is Keegan, and really just ownership. Are people going to stay on the Keegan wagon? I played him a lot. 19th at Travelers, 7th at US Open, $7,900. Man, it looks like a great play. I just don't want to play. I don't think I can get talked into a chalky Keegan at this point. So again, pretty theme of the night. The guys that are my bubble boys are all, let's see how the ownership shakes out and people like them. 6K range. I got Arnanas, $6,700. Limited PGA stuff, but has some good numbers there. We know he's done well overseas. You look at the OWGR stuff. I really like him. I don't think he'll get too high, talked up or anything. I don't think anybody in the 6K range really will. Kitayama, a guy I've been playing a lot, been right there plenty of times, has the upside. My course fit rank, so ran the models against some of the courses I think could be similar to this. He's 5th, 33rd in stats, 30th in recent form, $6,700. I really like that price. I'll take it. I think it's Yohung Kim. I don't know how to say the first name. You guys know me with that kind of stuff, but I like him a lot. He is, where did he finish in my rankings? He has to be up here somewhere. Hold on real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There he is. Yeah, there he is right there. Some stats on the PGA Tour, which is always good. 23rd at the US Open, so we like that. But that, a little bit tougher course. I don't know if that's a good comp, but you go over to his recent tournaments, and he's up to 61st in the world. So you got some Asian Tour in there and all that kind of stuff, but still, last 10 tournaments or so, second. Oh, just go back to this year. First, second, 45th, 17th, 23rd, second, 4th, 5th, 17th, 5th, 23rd. 23rd at the Open. Missed the cut at the PGA, but 17th at the Byron, another birdie type fest. So I like that. 41st at an Asian Korean type mix, 5th. He got 5th at the Asian Korean mixed tournament. So albeit a lot of the competition is a little bit different, but really has been playing well up to where he's at in the world. I don't mind that at all. $6,400. I see the upside there. I like the 17th place at the Byron because a little bit birdie fest. He can make some birdies. Again, limited stats, but he's 11th in birdie or better, or 17th at par 5 DK scoring. So two things I'm looking at a lot. Definitely like him this week. Again, another guy I don't think is going to be just super popular, but he's on my radar. And then Neesmith, same theme of the night. Like him a lot. I do think he'll fall into a lot of the models and everything. We'll talk him up. $6,900, 19th at the Travelers, 37th at the Open. Don't mind him at all. I just don't want to play a chalky Neesmith, but we'll see how that turns out over the next 2 or 3 days, or 2 days exactly. Fade of the week for me would be Morikawa. I just don't want to pay it for him in this spot. Didn't play well. He missed the cut last year, but then he went on to win the Open, so that's not saying much. But I don't, at that price and what he is, I'll fade him. I don't mind that. Case Lee's my sleeper of the week. I don't know how big he'll be talked up. I hope not a lot. I'll change this by Wednesday if he is, but he's just been playing great this year. And he, for his price, $7,300. I like the upside. He putts well in this type of stuff. 6th in par 5 DK scoring, 45th in birdie or better, which is, it's top 4th in the field. I'll take it. I like him a lot. I don't think he'll really pop in anybody's models or whatever you want to call it. So I like him a lot this week. I think he'll be low owned, $7,300. Gutfield plays of the week. Corey Connors, $8,300. I just kind of think when I get to a course where people talk about ball striking, not really off the tee and accuracy, but the iron play, putting's kind of his weakness, but I feel like these greens are going to like negate that a little bit. And so I like a Corey Connors this week, especially $8,300. Alex Noren recently has become better or more playable on the easier courses. So if I think it's going to be 16, 17, 18 under, I like him this week. He's high up in the model, $7,500. Glover, I mean, he missed a cut on the number last week. Don't think anybody goes back there at $6,500. I'll play him this week. I don't mind playing him at all. And then Dietrich is a guy I bet a lot when I do doubles and stuff like that on the DP Tour. I don't mind him at all. $7,100. I'll go right back to him. Betting top 5, the pop and 2 long shots. Link is in the description. Prize Picks. Use the code GUP. Dollar for dollar match up to $100. My top 5 bets right now that I like. I'll have my official card out per usual on the site. Willie Z 28-1, Neiman 40-1, Speed 33-1, Sung Jae 40-1, Munoz 80-1. 2 long shots, Hao Tong 100 and KH Lee 125. Obviously, I'll try. I should be able to do the deep dive pod tomorrow, but if not, I'll wrap it all into that Wednesday pod, the final thoughts, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll see what Kenny Kim's up to this week. For sure, we'll have him next week for E9, but I may do E9. You guys. I had a couple people reach out last week, but if we get a big, everybody wants to talk about it, I'm in, especially because we'll be building right there, right? We got to build and then it's starting late. So maybe a fun E9 this week. Don't forget British, 30% off, free trial, 7-day free trial. So you get this whole week free. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul, bounce out. If you do like it, stay on. That 30% is locked in for life. So if you want to start with a weekly or a monthly and then upgrade, you get that for life. Awesome stuff going on. Can't wait for this next month in the fall. College football, NFL showing up. A lot of good things coming up. Big time golf stuff. Looking forward to it. You guys have a good rest of your 4th of July night. I'm going to take the kiddos, go watch some fireworks right now, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.